Hey everyone, welcome to the Comic Wall. I'm the Outcast Angel, and today I'm talking about Season 8, Episode 15 of The Walking Dead, titled Worth. Now, this episode was intense, and remember, if you guys don't like spoilers, if you guys haven't seen the episode yet, this is gonna have spoilers, so go ahead and click out and come back when you've seen it. This episode was pretty intense and just so it gave me absolute chills because from last time we saw that Negan was going to return to the sanctuary. I was gonna say the hilltop for some reason, but in his absence, under I forgot her name, Jadis, I believe it is, the garbage lady, under her hold, I guess. Simon and Dwight kind of took over the sanctuary in a way, and they ended up messing up Negan's plan to scare the hilltop instead of, like how Simon said, instead of infection, he went for eradication, or just destroying them in general, and that didn't work out very well. So I'm a little, I guess, hung up on how they went about putting the assault on the hilltop, because if you guys remember in the comics, if you read the comics, if you don't, kind of cover your ears, but they went after the hilltop once as a kind of full frontal assault. Not full frontal, but they attacked wanting to really scare them, to infect people, get them turning and have them scared and probably off guard, and so that when they came back, they would hopefully have a surrender, especially because of the fact that in the show, with how Tara got shot by Dwight instead of Simon, and at first I was a little confused by that, because I thought that would end up being Rick's, spot, him getting shot by Dwight with a clean arrow instead of an infected arrow, and they gave that to Tara. So now I'm a little more confused about how the finale's gonna play out, with Rick sitting against the tree, bleeding. He looks like he's having a hard time, and it's bugging me trying to figure out why they would do that. But we'll see how it goes. But I'm also wondering, how's Tara doing now? They were still a little on guard with her, and a little just cautious with her in general about, thinking that she got shot and infected as well. But she kind of had a turnaround, saying that Dwight is on their side and fighting their same cause, getting rid of Negan. Anyway, I felt that Rick reading Carl's letter finally, after 3 episodes that Carl's been dead, at least 3, I think it's been, but finally being able to read the letter seemed like, I guess, a bit of maybe a turning point, because at the end of the series, or not really the end, I don't know how it's going to happen, but the clip that they keep teasing about, Rick is leaning against a tree, bleeding out, and talking about his mercy being, I forgot how he says it, but, his mercy being unending or so. With him saying that, I'm curious as to thinking that maybe Carl's letter actually made an impact on him, in which that, he'll let Negan live, because up until this point he's been pretty bloodthirsty in a sense. So yeah, with Negan back in charge of the sanctuary, I was pretty sure he was going to kill Simon right off the bat, if you know what I mean. But the fact that he let him live in the first place, especially after we find out that Simon was the one who was behind the massacre of all the men in the Bayside community, or the I forgot what it was called, Portside or something. With him being behind that, I don't know if they said it before, but I was surprised. I probably forgot, but I was surprised by that, and him finding out that he, or I don't think, no wait, he didn't find out yet, but but finding out that he eradicated the rest of the trash people too, it was. I thought he would have had enough with it. You know, it would have been, you know, like get on your knees and then have Lucille here do the rest. But no, he let him live, and just the fact that Simon actually kneeled and accepted it in a sense, was ready to die because he messed up, but you know, Negan gave him a chance. But I can't help but think that Negan did this to kind of push Simon a little further, to really, you know, put him in a position to mess up and to just, you know, like put himself in the crosshairs in a sense. Now, any episode that involves Eugene kind of annoys me because I absolutely hate the way he talks. In general, it's not that I hate it, it's just I'm annoyed when people try to sound too smart, you know? Like, they try to sound too intelligent than they are, you know, because no one knows each other's intelligence, but they try to kind of bump up their intelligence in a sense, just as Eugene has been doing throughout this whole series, and it throws me off because the way he is in the comics is, you know, pretty laid back and pretty chill. You know, he's normal person, talks just the way as everyone else does, but he doesn't oversell himself. I feel like Eugene in the TV series kind of oversells himself to the point that it's just like, stop, you know. But seeing the way he was acting towards Father Gabriel was a little over the top to me, because it's like, I know he's trying to survive and trying to I guess, you know, just put on an act for Negan and the Saviors, but, you know, Gabriel was on his side too, and I feel like he, you know, he has someone on his side now, whether it be against their will, but, you know, at least make things a little more comfortable for him, you know, and especially the fact that he's still sick, and I'm really wondering what's wrong with him throughout this whole thing. But with Daryl and Rosita going to reclaim Eugene from the little bullet making outpost, I was almost sure that Eugene would have been killed, because if he gets on my nerves, I'm sure Rosita and Daryl are the worst people to send to go after someone, to pick up someone like him, because their tempers are absolute crap. But, you know, the part where he just, all you see is the two fingers, and it just throws up all over Rosita is just horrible. And the fact that he was eating that garlic and macaroni and cheese, whatever crap he was eating, she's got to be having a hard time, especially having to walk back to the hilltop and everything. It was bad. But, you know, Eugene is a man of many talents, of which he has no idea how to exploit correctly. Now with Simon in this episode, I felt he should have stopped while he was ahead. He got a second chance. He was able to really, you know, get back on Negan's kind of good side, you know. But he pushed it too far by gathering the people who he thought would go with him to take Negan down, and, you know, discussing how to take him down, because, of course, Dwight is a little piece of shit and decided to tell Negan about this little plan. And, of course, Simon he wasn't gonna wiggle out of this one this time. And that just having Negan hiding behind that little dumpster was genius in a sense, because I thought that I thought Dwight would have ended up going to, you know, go tell Negan about what was going to happen. I didn't think he was going to actually, like, just, like, stand behind this dumpster over here and just listen, okay? You're going to love it. It's, whoa. But Simon shot himself in the foot, and now he has to pay for it. But I felt that Negan letting Simon fight him in that little mosh pit, I guess, of his own people, I felt that was a little too, I guess, I felt it was too much, in a sense, because, you know, Negan is the leader of the Saviors, and he's supposed to be the head honcho, this big badass, of course he is, but, you know, having, letting Simon kind of battle it out to fight to his death was, it didn't seem like the Negan thing to do, because, I mean, maybe, because in the TV show, Negan does seem like that kind of person to do that, of course he did, but I felt like it was unnecessary, because letting your people see you get beat up in front of them, I mean, I'm sure he wasn't expecting to get beat up so quickly, but, you know, in general, it's just, I wouldn't want my people to see that, and especially in front of everybody. So, you know, Simon ended up getting choked out, and, of course, he's put up onto the gate. And, that was, seeing Walker Simon just hanging up on the gate and barking like a little chihuahua. I mean, of course he did get his throat crushed in, but it was just funny seeing him barking, like just growling in a barking manner. It was like, now he really is playing top dog now. I'm a little concerned with Eugene's I guess attitude going back to the bullet making outpost, because he seems, of course, he seems really pissed, and now, and of course, like, getting everyone to like ramp up production, it seems that he's taking this a little more personal, and it feels like he's really on the Savior's side now, not so much like having to act it out anymore. So, I mean, we'll see where that goes from here. And we only have one more episode, so, you know, we'll stick around for that. See, hearing Michonne read Carl's letter to Negan, I guess it's fitting, because, you know, I don't think Rick or Michonne would want to deliver the letter to Negan in person, of course not, because you don't want to, like Negan said, can't promise not to shoot the messenger. But, you know, it felt less personal. I feel that if Negan were to actually read the letter himself, that he would have maybe softened up a little bit. But, you know, now Negan is on a path to kill everyone at the hilltop, and that confuses me a little, because he wasn't on the path of killing everyone. He wanted to scare them and make them fall in line again, but now he's changing that and wants to, you know, finish it. He just wants to be done and start over. But I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty excited for the season finale, because just knowing what happens at the end of All Out War, and especially just knowing the way the comics turned out, I'm excited, because I've been a long-time reader of the comics, and I've been watching the TV show since it started. But, you know, even with the little tweaks and the huge tweaks and everything to the story, it's still interesting for me. I know a lot of people stopped watching it because, like, it either they killed off their favorite character, or they strayed too far from the comics. You know, I'm in it for the story, because, you know, it's just a different way of telling the story, in a sense. You know, maybe something that Robert Kirkman could have put in the comics that he didn't get to, that he gets to try on TV, you know? But I'm pretty excited to see what happens, and I hope you guys stick around for it too. So, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you like this video. Drop a like, show the love. Hit the subscribe button to get more of my videos. Ring the bell to get notifications of when I post new videos. And I'll see you guys around. Thank you for watching.